Now, this absurdity was promoted even on Romanian radio. It was announced as if this monumental cultural event took place in the United States of America, as if a new Iliad was written, as if some major play took place. And it got my attention. I was like, okay, well, what happened? And as you can see here, Scrabble makes historic. This is going to go down in the history books. Your kids are going to learn about it if they can at least know how to make the words. Because the change makes Scrabble less competitive and more inclusive. Scrabble is already an inclusive game where 5-year-olds can play. As long as you have the ability of thinking of a word and fitting it with the other word, you can play it. Unless you're mentally challenged, in which case, Scrabble may actually help you, because even if you are at a disadvantage, it is in the person's best interest to still struggle and try and overcome the difficulty. And I gotta say, I remember playing Scrabble when I was learning English, and it was a great thing, because when I started playing, I wasn't good at it. I'm really happy that the company didn't dumb down the content so that I can be good at it. No, instead I struggled, and I did manage to learn better English while playing this game. But I gotta say, this is not something purely American. This is something that happened to my generation as well, which I would say is the introduction of the culture of safetyism, where everyone wants kids to go through life without any sort of struggle. Remove the struggle from everything. In other words, you need to remove the competition from everything. And this is what they're basically saying. Like, they don't want it to be competitive. They don't want winners or losers anymore. And the question is, like, where is the fun then? Like you don't actually lose something. You don't actually win something. It's just like the competitiveness that some people enjoy. And we are told that, no, you're not allowed to be competitive anymore. And I guess when kids go through life without learning how to lose, without experiencing any type of inconvenience, they will eventually hit the brick wall, which is called reality, when they get a job. When they apply for a job and realize that they didn't get it. When they try to ask a girl out and realize that the girl says no. When they actually encounter the problems that reality comes up with, they will not know how to deal with it. And this is probably why you see so many narcissistic twats on Twitter and on social media. It's because they grow up in this environment where they are not told no, they are not told that they can lose. And you get the type of personality that we have. And again, this is not about Scrabble, which, is a game that some people may not even play, but it's an entire mindset that apparently my generation has inflicted upon others, and I feel sorry for that. But now, instead of people going like, okay, well, that was bad, let's change it, they're like, no. If someone is moronic, what we can do is to lower the bar so that they can feel included. I don't know why inclusivity is considered a greater good. Like, all of a sudden, inclusivity is something akin to the divine. Like inclusivity is to be promoted and championed everywhere. But inclusivity is not good every single time. Like, for instance, when you talk about getting on a plane and having a pilot, you don't want the inclusivity to strike, and someone that can't fly a plane should be able to do so just because we're now inclusive and we don't want to exclude that person out. Like, no, there should be a standardized test to make sure that the person that's in charge of your plane actually knows how to fly and actually has the training required in order to deliver you safety. But no, apparently this is not the mindset that we're having nowadays. Inclusivity needs to be pushed everywhere, even when it comes to kids' games. And as you can see, for the first time in 75 years, Mattel is making a major change to the iconic board game Scrabble and touting a no more scoring gameplay option. And I just want to say, that's fine if you want to have it, but why is the media treating this as if it's like some sort of great accomplishment, as if humanity has progressed because we finally have this option? The new launch is a double-sided version of the famous board game. One side with the original game, for those who want to stick to the long traditional version. No, like for normal people, I would say. And the other one is for the mentally deficient, which apparently the company think that includes Gen Z. Like if I was Gen Z, I would feel incredibly offended by it because again, this is a children's game. It's a game where you think of a word and you mix it with another word. Like you need to have like some severe mental deficiency in order to be unable to do that. And again, I understand there are some people that genuinely do have this issue. And from what I know, what I learned at medicine is that those people are helped by actually challenging them. Like trying to raise the bar, trying like, come on, you can do it. You can just struggle, and you put them through the struggle, and eventually they do it, but they want to take the struggle away. A perfect example, since a lot of people seem to experience reality only from TV shows, is Breaking Bad. Like Breaking Bad, you have Hank getting shot, and the doctor tells Hank that he is now paralyzed, but Hank refuses to accept that, so he starts doing those exercises, which are very painful and difficult for him, and eventually he manages to walk again. But what they are saying is like, no, you shouldn't have done that. You shouldn't have had the struggle. We should have just accommodated Hank. We should give him a wheelchair, the same like Stephen Hawking's have, and like get some more people to make sure that he is taken care of. And in no way we should allow for Hank to try and become self-sufficient again. This is unironically the mentality that is being stuffed down people's throats, and is the mentality that is being pushed to Gen Z. Apparently the makers of Scrabble found that young people, such as Gen Z, don't quite like the competitive nature of Scrabble. Yeah, well, tough shit. Like, again, imagine you have a kid, and he doesn't like the competitive nature of Scrabble. And I assume, like, he doesn't like competitive natures of other things. Would you not be concerned as a parent? Because, as I mentioned before, that kid is going to compete eventually. He is going to compete for the affection of his significant other. He is going to compete for a job. He is going to compete with other people. Like, competition exists. It's impossible to get rid of it. You're not going to have, your girlfriend, your high school crush going, okay, so I decided, because I don't want to be competitive, literally everyone that likes me is going to be able to now, that's not going to happen. It's really interesting because again, the media, the company, everyone is like treating this as if it's the best thing ever. But when you actually go down to the comment section, you notice that the average people commenting do not agree with this. Like most of the people are mocking the company, most of the people are mocking the article. They are not as excited as the press wants you to think that people are. And this is why most places have removed the comment sections. And they gave comment sections disabilities because they don't want you to know what other people actually think about a subject. Luckily, you got my channel, right? Let me know what you guys think. And as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.